96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Gentlemen, take your marks. Set.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen all around the world. Last week, we asked our listeners if they could guess the name of the new Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. And his name is none other than Mario Boleg, a former national basketball coach. I found out that he is a Junkanoo, and I heard them talking about if we could have Junkanoo this Christmas. I don't know. And I know also that he knows a little bit about instruments, and he is a culture man. He plans to set up an advisory council for sports in the ministry. And I understand also that he plans to do an advisory council in culture. Well, kudos for a young lady called Jonquil Jones. And she is in Grand Bahama. She won the MVP award, and guess what? Where she plays? She plays in I think it's the Connecticut Sun, where my sister has been forever and forever. My sister will be 91 in December. My co-host Philippa Arnett is unable to attend today. So I have a young man who you would like to hear something from. My guest. And let me see now. Oh, so faithful, my good cousin, Vanessa Colebrook. My good cousin, Vanessa Colebrook. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Well, there are numerous persons around the world and on numerous platforms listening and watching. Normally, it's over 400 and something people that are watching and listening. And because of that, if you only see 20 or 30 come up on the screen, there are people all over the world who are watching but don't come up on the screen. Well, my guest this evening is none other than the one and only Peter Pratt. Peter, how are you today?
I'm pretty
With
good.
all this rain and everything.
I'm pretty good today.
You're pretty good today, eh?
Yeah, today.
Well, we're on our way to the 500th episode of Track World. And Track World is brought to you by Sun Oil, Auerbach Homes, Sunshine Insurance, AFD Management Services in Peardale, where Freeman DeVoe is the CEO, and their business is energy and oil. Now, and then also sponsored by, from Vancouver to Athens, 50 years of Bahamian International Track and Field Competition, and Vaughan L. Culmer Associates, and brokers, and Kalina Insurance, where I have been a financial services representative for more than 40 years. My business partner is none other than my daughter, Alexis Hannah. We are the A team at Kalina. The first A is for Alpheus, and the second A is for Alexis Hannah. Now we go to a short break, and when we return, we will find out everything about Peter Pratt. Well, Peter, that'll take a week, a year.
Sometime.
Yes.
Hello from the Shell Fuel Labs, where my team of dedicated scientists develop Shell fuels for your car.
For over 100 years, fuels innovation has been at the heart of everything we do.
Since our first ever branded petrol in 1907, we've broken records, supported Ferrari F1 to win Grand Prix, and pushed our fuels to the limit.
Now, every time you fill up your Shell, your engine will benefit from our passion for innovation, helping you to get the most out of every tankful.
With over 100 years of quality fuels innovation,
You can be sure of Shell.
I am Bernard F. Hanna. All of you should know me as this thing. I've got the very first copy from Vancouver to Athens. You know, I'm so excited because to be the one to have the first copy, I know what it was for Hawk for over the years, his dedication and his excitement, his commitment to bring this bestseller book to us. And I'm excited to have in my possession not only one copy, but two copies from Vancouver to Athens. 50 years of Bahamian international track and the field competition. This is great stuff. So I'm urging all of you to get your own copy. You could get it from Logos in the Harbor Bay, or Nassau Stationers on Rosetta Street, or Chapter 1 at COB, or at Coral News and Gifts in the domestic section of the Linden Pinland Airport. Let me tell you, man, you will never regret it. This kind of information that you get in this book is really invaluable. It's just terrific stuff. Good sports history, true and factual, you know. So I urge you, just go and get it and keep a copy and even give your friends a copy. And you know, more than one reason I am more excited about having this book. Look at page 200. And you will see me there in live and living color performing. Number 200, you will see Bernard F. Hanna performing, and that is my fulfillment, one of my big fulfillment of having this book.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and those all around the world, I would like to just say that Cresswell Knowles is watching. Lucretia Napa says, "Good evening, Alpheus and guests." Well, this guest is just unbelievable when you hear the things that he has done all around the world. Now, Peter Pratt, tell us how you started in sports. And what school did you go to, by the way?
Okay.
Here and abroad.
Okay, I started sports at a very young age. My uncle, Roderick Sims, basically was the catalyst to my being in sports. And
at one time, he was responsible for the stadium.
Right.
Yes.
Right. But suffice that to say, I went to school at Python Road Secondary and Prince Williams as for high school.
Good school.
Yes, but my primary school was Eastern Junior. I went to Eastern Junior and
I
from
went to Science School and Eastern Junior.
yeah, Eastern Junior, and from Eastern Junior, Python Road to Prince William.
Yeah.
From Prince William, I went to Mankato State, Minnesota, where I got my first degree.
Yeah, you were a little bit behind me.
Yeah, in Minnesota.
Yes. Yes. So, tell me about let me say this. There is something called being the first. And tell us the first that you were in a national competition for the Bahamas. Tell us, please.
All right. I competed for the first junior national track and field team for the Bahamas. And that track and field team
The Carifta team.
went to Carifta
Yes.
in Trinidad and Tobago in the year 1973, the year of our independence. So in 1973, we went to Trinidad and we had a 17-member team, 11 boys and 5 girls.
Call some of the people that you could
Okay,
remember.
some of the people I could remember, most of the girls. Celestine Wilson, Delary Simonet.
Delary Simonet?
Yes, Cora.
You mean Delary
Delary
Simonet?
Simonet.
Who is I know them very well.
Yes.
They are the Knowles family.
Yes.
Yes.
Her
brother Sprinted.
Vane
Sprinted.
Hupp,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Vane's sister. We had Evanette McPhee,
Yes.
Chanel,
She went to SAC. Yes.
and Chanel Ferguson. They were the 5 girls.
Okay.
Now, on the men's side, we had Mark Williamson. I think he's still in a professor
I don't
somewhere
remember his
in
name.
Texas.
Yes.
And we had Philip Williamson. Mark Williams, Philip Williamson. We had Philip Bethel. Philip Bethel is
I know Philip
deceased.
Williamson, I think.
Philip Bethel is deceased. He went to Aquinas. We had Ralph Johnson, Levant Carey.
Levant Carey?
Yes.
Carey was there?
Yes, he was a long jumper and high jumper.
Oh, well, Levant went to
Las Vegas,
University of
UNLV.
Las Vegas, and the lady who was coaching there, I think she wound up coming to the Bahamas, and I think she went to Michigan State or one of those places where what's her name was the sprinter.
Yes.
The
Tania
sprinter.
Gator. Tania Gator.
No.
Gator.
I'm talking about
Oh,
somebody
in the
in the Golden Girls.
Oh,
She went to Michigan State.
Sabatita Fines.
Yeah, fine.
Sabatita
Yes.
Yes, and then we had Tyrone Archer and Anthony.
Tyrone Archer, I
Anthony
see him every
Newton.
now and then. I don't know that name.
Yeah, we had Bernice Pinder from.
Well, I know him.
Yes.
Bernice wound up going in Abaco.
Yes, he's in Abaco.
He's still in Abaco?
Yeah, I believe he's still in
man.
Abaco.
Yes.
And myself, I think that's the group right there. Yeah.
I see.
That's the
But tell us what happened there.
Well,
Tell us what happened.
I can tell you, I don't know what happened.
Shortly. I mean, with you.
Yes, well, that's
You're
what I
the
was gonna
man.
say.
You're
Yeah.
the man. That's why you're here.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened with the rest of the team, but I wasn't at the track meet.
Yeah.
During the long jump, I got injured. I injured myself. I spiked my hand and everything else, and I left the competition without anybody knowing. I ran straight to the ambulance, and the ambulance took me straight to the hospital. And I stayed at the hospital all day. And I was the last person served at the General Hospital in Trinidad at that particular time. And when I got back to the stadium, the track meet was just about over. Only triple jump was going on. And it was Roderick Sims and Hugo Legg and
God rest her
Thompson,
dead. Yes.
Elaine
Thompson, yes.
They were the only three people watching the triple jump continue. I reached right at the break of the triple jump, and they were wondering when was I going to show back up to the stadium, but stadium was empty. We participated at Queen's Park Oval. And I had my hand in a sling, and they asked me, they said, asked me if I could jump. And I said, I asked my uncle what was the distances, and he gave me the distances that I had to jump to get to the finals. I tried to figure out what happened to Tyrone. Tyrone didn't make the finals. So when they told me the distance, I said, well, I could jump that, you know. And I said, what's it to lead in the jump? Oh, I said, I could win this, you know. But I did not take into consideration what happened at the hospital. I had tetanus shot in both hips. Yeah, I had tetanus shot in the right hip and tetanus shot in the left hip to combat. And at the same time, I had a temperature of over 104 4 degrees. So, but I told them, yes, I could participate. And my hand was in sling, and I took the first jump, and my first jump made it to the finals. Yeah, so I got to the top 8 in the first jump. And so I had to take 2 more jumps to catch up with the rounds while they were tallying up what was happening. So I took 1 more jump, and I went to like fourth place. And so they say I passed. And when
You passed?
Yes, I passed. I passed and decided, well, I am going to
Give it all.
take this sling off of my hand.
Oh,
Yeah. So
go for break.
the first. So in during the interim, I just decided, well, I'll try jump without this sling on my hand. And so I took the 4th jump. I scratched, and when I came back up, my hand was full of blood. So I decided no. I put a sling on, and I put the sling on, and I jumped my 5th jump, and I went to 3rd position. And then I inquired what was the first and 2nd position, and then they told me again, and I tried to take the sling off again, and it just wasn't to be. So I didn't get past the 1st and 2nd person who they were from Bermuda. So
Bermuda again. Do you remember who they were? Are they still around? You know, Bermuda has had
Bermuda-
some good triple jumpers.
yes, well the guy,
and high jumpers.
yeah, the guy who had the record, I always remember him, but not when called on.
Yes.
He set the record the following year, and that record stood until till one of the twins broke it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else. That's something
Yes,
else.
for a very long time.
Well, that is something else. Fast forward to your competition in the United States and your competition here.
Okay, fast forward. In the United States, I started college in 1973.
Just a note, Ken Browman is watching. You know who Ken Browman is?
Yes.
Iowa State.
Yes.
My brother's teammate at Iowa State,
Yes.
who was our teammate.
Yeah, so I attended Mankato State. I was a walk-on. I was not recruited to go to school there. I was a walk-on. I really wanted to go to Memphis State, but they...
Why Memphis State?
Memphis State because of the basketball team.
Oh.
They had a guy named Al Downing
Oh, okay.
playing center for them. And
But you know who went to Memphis State? I think there is maybe a Bahamian who went to Memphis. I'm trying to think. There was somebody, a Bahamian out of Miami or something.
Yes,
This
yes.
is a long time ago now. I could remember seeing him. He'd been in Nassau at the Tribune
Yeah,
at some point.
yes. But so I ended up at Mankato, and
Who was the coach at Mankato? Peterson? No.
Chuck Peterson was
Chuck
coach.
Peterson.
Chuck Peterson.
Well, let me ask you
coach-
this.
coach at Mankato.
When I talk to Foster, somebody is talking about somebody whose son was there, and they either had something with shoes or whatever it is. And Foster can't remember that, but I'm sure Foster said something about the son of the coach.
The son of the coach was what's his first name? Kevin Peterson,
Okay.
and he was a pole vaulter.
Oh, it's a Paul Walter.
Yes, and he was the first guy probably at the school that went 16 feet in the pole vault during that time.
Well, let me tell you this. The 68 Olympics, for whatever reason, I was down in Mankato. And it was a joke because they were saying this fella from Rochester, I think, a white fella.
Yeah.
And how could he make the Olympic team?
Right.
And he made the Olympic team.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
So we were watching.
That Dwayne Powell.
Okay.
That was his name.
Okay. We were watching the Olympics, and I could always remember. I think we did get the opportunity to seeing the relay or something like that. Yes, but whenever we went to Mankato, it was so interesting running indoors. There was one fellow who ran indoors, and he could run so well around the curves. It is unbelievable. I can't remember his name now. And I don't know whether he is from another city or whatever it is. I don't think he is from Mankato or Minneapolis. But that fella could run. I'm talking about, you know how the indoor tracks are is really something else. Any significant things while you were at Mankato?
Okay, well, at Mankato State, I won indoors long jump and triple jump 4 years straight.
Okay, excellent.
I
Who was better, you or Foster?
Foster ran.
Foster ran. I'm talking about, I'm talking about what you were able to do as a triple jump as compared to what he was able to do.
Basically, at that time, when the people in the paper would write in the papers, they would say Peter Pratt and the Mankato State Indians.
Okay.
So I was the chief.
I see.
I didn't talk like
you
I was
can't,
the chief.
I
was not an Indian.
That name is gone now. I mean, the what?
The Indians are not the Indians anymore. They're the Mavericks.
Chiefs and all of that. Yeah, all of that. Yes. Everything is changing now.
Right. They changed the name from Indians to Mavericks.
Cleveland also, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I did not compete. I did not compete outdoors my sophomore year. I was injured, and then my junior year in '76, I had a stellar year in '76. I was ranked
Olympic Games.
I was ranked number 1 in Division II in the triple jump and like 4th in the long jump, and 6th or 7th overall in NCAA, someplace around there. And then in the long jump, I was like 6th or 7th in the long jump in colleges and university at the time.
So let me ask you this. Did you have an opportunity to go to the Florida Relays?
No, I haven't had the opportunity.
No,
to go to
because
Florida Relays.
you were there and you came home, yes.
Right, but we went
from Mankato to Florida, it's
Right.
a different thing altogether.
Yeah, we went to Kansas Relays and to Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas
Well,
Relays
at St.
and the
John's.
Drake Relays.
At St. John's, we did the same thing. What did you call it just now?
Drake Relays.
The Drake Relays and the Kansas Relays.
that's
Because somebody from my school, he won the Texas Relays from St. John's. I think he won the Texas Relays. But we know about we really know about the Drake Relays.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you what I saw at the Drake Relays. 2 things about the Drake Relays. Number 1, I was triple jumping. So I was the one who recommended our basketball coach that we should go to the Drake Relays. And I was in the triple jump. Mohinder Gill, Cal Poly.
Yes.
You remember him?
Yes.
And he's look here with Facebook and everything else and stuff. Oh man, I see him here and there and all of that. And there I was. But guess who won the next time? Lennox Berger. Lennox Berger. He was at what's the name of the school that they always went to the Jamaicans.
Not a Delphi.
No, I'm talking about the Drake Relays.
Oh, yeah, okay, at Drake.
Drake Relays, yes. Lennox Berger. He went to the school that Peter, the Minister of Sports.
Oh, so it's in Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
Yeah, at Iowa.
No, it wasn't Iowa.
Wait.
It was a different place from Iowa. Anyhow, Lennox Berger, the triple jumper, he's one of the best. One of the best. Yes, yes. So you said 76.
Yeah, well, in 76,
Montreal.
In 76, Phil Robbins happened to win the Drake Relays. And I finished fourth inside the Drake Relays that same year. And then that same year, we hooked up again in Kansas. And Philip,
that's when he
set the
record,
Bahamas record.
Bahamian record.
And I finished.
I could remember when what happened that day. We were at Prime Minister's Penling Place because this is the first corrector here, as I could remember.
Yes.
And guess what, man? Guess what? What's the name? Fred Stirrup, I think, mentioned that the record was broken.
Yes, I was in that field.
Yes,
I finished third in that field that year at the Kansas Relays. So
And then Philadelphia, the NC2As in Philadelphia. You remember what happened?
I didn't go. My school wouldn't pay for me.
Oh, okay.
Pay for me to go because I won Division II. And that was the first time for
Division
any
two.
sport there was a champion from
everything
the school.
has changed. Everything has changed.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So and I was the first champion ever from the school to win an individual championship.
So just like you were the first one to win a medal in the triple jump, what's his name now? This is Mike Sands' nephew, the triple jumper. Lyndon Sands.
Yes.
Okay. He was the first one to win. I don't know if he won. This was when the first time they had an event that got involved in the whole thing. I mean, not just in the Bahamas.
Right.
Yeah. So he did well. And then we're looking then at what I'm talking about, Phil, becoming the first Bahamian to win the NC2A championships.
Right.
Unfortunately, Phil in Montreal fouled, I think, about every one of his jumps.
Yes.
All of his jumps.
Yes.
And he's still, Track and Field News had him as the 10th in the world.
Yes, he's number 10.
Now, in those days,
Yes.
the 10th in the world was something else.
Yes. Well, that year I was ranked 39th in the world. I was 39. By Track and Field News, I was ranked 39, but I was ranked better in the long jump because I jumped behind Larry Myrick at NCAA Division II championships, and I finished.
And Larry was
He's the number one in the world at the time.
Yeah, Larry won in Montreal, or did he win?
No, Larry
in-
didn't go to Montreal because he broke his leg.
Okay.
In the USA trials.
But he did. I'm trying to remember.
But he was ranked number one in the world at the time.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about long jump now, as we talk about it. It's a guy called Fletcher Lewis. Went to
Fairbury. In Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in '76, they picked the team without having a trials.
What do you mean not having a trial?
They didn't have a trial. They had a team picked.
You mean in Nassau?
In the Bahamas, right?
In Nassau?
In the Bahamas, right? Because
In Nassau?
In Nassau?
Well, let me tell you about it then. You can tell me. So first of all, I'm talking about Fletcher now.
Yes, I know.
Fletcher, had his challenge, not at the Florida Relays, I think, maybe in Philadelphia, I'm not sure. But Tommy Robinson and I were walking along the pit. What did Tommy say? He said, Hawk, that's the fella you're taking to Montreal. And lo and behold, you know, Fletcher is from St. Augustine's or in the Bahamas. He's one of the best jumpers and all around. All around, right. Okay? He comes before Minnis and all of them. He is a class ahead of them. And so guess what? He may have been on the same class as them. But he ran down that runway and he set a new Bahamian record. That's number one. And number two, he made the finals in the long jump in Montreal.
Right, he did.
And he is the first Bahamian to make a finals. Okay?
Yeah.
The first Bahamian to make a final. And that really was something else. So let's go from there to your adventure around the world.
Okay. Well,
don't be bashful.
Well, after all those times, but while doing track and field,
excuse me. Could Peter Pratt is saying a lot, and I would invite you to call in, and he would answer any question that you want. And the numbers to call are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Once again, the numbers to call are 325-4259, 325-4316, 323-6232. And you're going to be talking to the one and only Peter Pratt. Oh, somebody's ready now. Good evening, and how are you today?
Excellent. Mr. Wilson. This is one of your former guests.
Former what?
Humphrey Ben.
Say that again, please.
I said this is one of your former guests and tribute winner, Humphrey Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the tribute to you when we got the call from Chris Brown when he was calling internationally.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I see you have in studios this afternoon a man that has played a big role in my life in becoming the level of sports that I am. The great Mr. Peter Pratt, a former physical education teacher at South Andrews High School.
South Andrews.
Yes, sir.
Who this is again? I'm trying to listen well enough.
Humphrey Ben, sir.
Policeman Humphrey Ben.
Oh, Policeman Humphrey. Well, we're from Mangrove Key all the way down to South Andrews.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
That's where the Fendersons are.
That's correct. That's correct, sir. And funnily enough, I owe my career to the suggestion by Mr. Pratt. He encouraged me to seek out the career because, the legendary Gabriel Pratt was at the police college at the time, and he advised me to speak for the career I was interested in, and eventually I did join. And I owe a whole lot to him, my professional career now, as well as my love for sports. I thought it was prudent, in spite of the conversation this evening, which I am thoroughly enjoying, to give him his flowers while I still can. There are many great teachers that have passed through the public school system. He undoubtedly is perhaps one of the best jump coaches and all-around track coaches in the country.
Well, let me ask you this. There are more than one triple jumper, long jumper in South Andrews. I know we have a number in North Andrews. Who can you think about?
Well, back at the time, prior to Mr. Pratt's arrival on the scene, we had a very prolific all-arounder by the name of Felix Pope. I'm sure Mr. Pratt remembers him. We call him Calvin.
Yes,
but
yes, yes.
And Bo from South Andrews. I think the Bo's from Exuma, but anyhow, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Phillips, I think you may know Mr. Bo as well. This was around the time when Robbie Robinson was doing track for those great terrific teams back in the early 90s, late 80s.
I understand that very well.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So he would have been one of the persons that I can think of in terms of long and triple jump prowess.
Yeah,
But like I said, he was all around.
Godfrey, his brother.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct. His brother, Pete Pender.
And
Frank
Pete Pender was also, Frank Pender was right.
That's
The
correct.
jumpers.
He had some great battles with Alan Mortimer back in the day.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
You know, and those two would have been, I think, represent the Bahamas. I can't quite
Right.
recall the
Yes.
terrific game it was.
Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. Before I forget. There is somebody who is, what you call it, stars beyond them. And a triple jumper, eh? And he is a coach at,
Florida State.
no, not at Florida State, not at Florida, from South Andrews.
Oh,
He has his challenges
yes,
now.
yes. Fritz Spence.
Fritz Spence,
Fritz
yes.
Spence.
Fritz Spence, yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
yes, right.
But you know, back in those days, Fritz wasn't known for his jumping ability. He was known more as a speedster.
Okay.
100 and 200 meter specialist. But he had
Well, Carl Lewis.
that's
But
correct.
let me say something about Carl Lewis. The 79 Pan Am Games.
Yes.
The coach at Florida, University of Florida,
Yes.
talked about this young man who is going to be something in the future, and that's 79 now. But the United States didn't go to the Olympics, the 1980 Olympics.
Yeah, they boycotted.
And he said he is going to be something. And as he said that, Carl Lewis is just unbelievable. Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing when you think about. It seems as if we've regressed to a certain degree in the field events. We've come up
Yes
with great
and
players,
no.
in track.
Yes and no. Yes
Yeah.
and no. But let me say something. If you listen carefully,
Yes, sir.
Peter has had some great athletes, and for whatever reason, Peter, you need to tell me. I'm out at the trials, and things just didn't come together. Great athletes.
Right.
Tell me what happened, Peter. I was there when they had the event. You know what I'm talking about, where we had the triple jumpers. We had they did earlier.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
trials,
talking about.
the-
No, I'm not talking about the trials. No, I'm talking about when we were there. Remember when what's her name now? She was on the team, the Olympics, and she was the rising star in the world body. You know what I'm talking about?
Shaniqua?
No, not Shaniqua. Shaniqua is late.
Okay, before Shaniqua.
Yeah, Shaniqua was before, I think, before. But what I'm saying is that this lady went to St. Augustine's along with Shawnee, and she ran in the Olympics.
Is that Anthony Strong?
Anthony Strong, yes.
Okay,
Anthony couldn't start.
Right.
Couldn't start. And win the 100 and set a record in the 200. Unbelievable.
That's at the Junior World Championships.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that then we had the triple jumper.
Ontario.
Yeah,
Collie Mintz, Ontario Lathorn, one of those.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he was second or third in the triple jump
third
because the
in the
Russian,
triple jump, right.
the Russian game, and I didn't hear anything about the Russian anymore.
Right.
That's how it is. But Russia has all
Yes.
well, it's Russia, not the Soviet Union anymore. So what I'm saying is, but the time before that, that was when Stevie,
Steven,
yeah, Stevie the Sprinter. You know, we had about at least 3 or 4 people doing well. The 2 brothers jumped, and there was somebody from South Africa, I think, who had jumped.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes,
yes, yes.
I can't remember the name, but I
Yeah,
can't say.
Yes, yes. The guy from South Africa, he studied us to the fullest.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time we practiced, he showed up to our practice.
And Stevie ran so good.
Yes.
It was. I mean, it was just unbelievable, just
Yes.
unbelievable, and that really was something else.
Yeah.
So, tell us now, going forward to, as I say, the international area, the real international area.
Okay.
That you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
One of the few people who have that opportunity.
Okay, so I left the country and ventured out to coach another country in the year 2000. In fact, I signed a contract to go with Saudi Arabia in 1999. I held off from going to Saudi Arabia in 1999 to prepare to go to Saudi Arabia with the hopes that I would have represented the Bahamas as coach for the Bahamas team.
Yeah.
And when that did not happen, I jumped on the plane and I went with Saudi Arabia.
I remember those days.
Yes. And in Saudi Arabia, they brought me into Saudi Arabia with only one jumper that could jump, and then that was it. And then one long jumper that could have managed the long jump too to qualify. And so I had to go to work and work from there. So I worked in Saudi Arabia for 3 years, and I was requested to come home by the then Prime Minister Perry Christie. I did not renew my contract. And
Triple jumper.
yeah, I did not renew my contract with Saudi Arabia. And at Saudi Arabia, when I left, late 2003 going into 2004, I left there with boys under 17 jumping 15 meters, and they were like 1 and 2 in the region, in the Asian region.
Wow.
And we won the Asian Games, and lo and behold, guess who shows up at the Asian Games?
I was right there.
Hawk Finlayson showed
I
up to the
was right
Asian
there.
Games and witnessed my boys win the long jump and win the triple jump.
Yeah.
And watch my athlete cry on my shoulder and
Yes.
everything else, because he never thought he would beat the Chinese or the Japanese jumping, and he won the Asian Games championship.
Right.
That really was something else. Now, what was the city that the Asian Games was?
Busan.
Busan. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so we flew from Tokyo to Busan. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it was just unbelievable. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So and since then I have been invited. I'm coaching, or I'm the lead coach for NSAF. That's over the United States. That's National Scholastic Athletic Foundation. I've been working with the top high schoolers over the U.S. before the pandemic for about 10 years. And just about all the girls you may see representing the USA in the triple jump has been to the clinics that I have mastered or put on inside the United States. And the name of the clinics is Project Triple Jump. You can go online and you can see Project Triple Jump from 2011 to 2019. We didn't have anything in 2020. And I've been having clinics inside Cuba with the Cubans, along with the Americans, and I am one of the persons who facilitate the clinics in Cuba, along with the Cuban coaches, along with Kenny Harrison, the Olympic record holder for the triple jump, and we have a clinic over the Martin Luther King holidays for the past 3 years.
Kenny Harrison.
Yes, with Kenny Harrison, and
Who is Kenny Harrison?
and Bob. And not
Who is Kenny Harrison?
Kenny Harrison is the Olympic record holder in the triple jump. Who
You
it
mean-
got just
lady?
broken. No, Kenny Harrison, the triple jumper, who was the boyfriend to.
I know. We saw them in Tokyo. We saw them in Tokyo. So I wanted to take a picture with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I ain't do nothing.
Yeah,
He may have, the Olympic record holder.
yes,
Not the world record
not the
holder.
world record
Not the
holder.
world
Olympic
record
record
holder.
holder. That's what I'm saying. Olympic record holder.
yes.
He's not the world record
Yes,
holder.
yes.
But the former world record holder, he used to be a part of our team going through the United States, putting on these clinics.
Uh-huh.
And we all know who he is, Mr. Triple Jump himself. Who do we call Mr. Triple Jump?
You're not talking about Frank Rutherford.
No, Mr. Triple Jump from the U.S.
Oh, no, my boy, Billy Banks.
Willie Banks. Willie Banks
Banks,
was a part of our clinics.
I had the opportunity of meeting Willie Banks. I mean, meeting him like that in the Spanish Steps in Rome. So we've hooked off from then. I have a picture with my sister. She was there in Rome with me, and it was really something else. And we talk every now and then. By the way, Charlene Thompson is watching, and Juanita DeVoe, big good friend, cousin, also related to Shark DeVoe. You understand
Shark,
that?
yes.
We're family. So hello, Juanita. So let me say this. When you talk about that, tell me there is the person who won that event I'm talking about with the junior championships. What's his name and what has he done recently? Triple jumper. Cuban. The same person who won.
That's Levan Pedrosa. Is that Pedrosa?
No, not
No.
Pedroso. His name, it sounds like
World
Pedroso.
Junior. World Junior.
Oh, World Junior. Okay.
He sounds like it
Not the
sound-
triple jump. Not the long jump.
No.
Okay.
The trip not I can't.
Yeah, we're forgetting the name. But didn't he win in?
He won the junior.
No, I'm talking about in the Olympics.
He won the Olympics.
That's
right.
what I'm
The
talking
former
about.
Cuban who's now Portuguese.
Yes,
Represent Portugal.
Portuguese, yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You know, with Cuba, they got all kinds of Cubans who have moved to different countries.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, Capella, it was a triple jumper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, they got a lot of them.
Right.
They got a lot of
and
them.
then the guy from not Martinique, he represents Dominica.
Yeah. Well, they,
Yes.
in the World Championships.
Yes, Dominica.
In the World Championships, they had him and a triple jumper from, and he was just recognized. He went to Arkansas
Yes.
from Bermuda.
Brian Wellman.
Yeah.
Yes,
Went
Brian
to
Wellman.
yeah. And to have two from the area and the World Championships
Yes.
is really something else.
Yes.
But you know, those people go to. I'm talking about the one from.
Cuba.
No, not Cuba. The other one
From
in the Caribbean.
Dominica.
Yeah. Well, they
Yes.
go to.
They go to school in Cuba.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about.
Oh,
Don't
that-
they go to France?
They go to France.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
right,
saying.
Right,
Yes,
right,
yes,
right,
yes.
right. They go to France.
Yes. It's really something else. Now the question is, tell me, as you are here now, what do you think about from here for the next 2 years the kind of jumpers we can have, and how do we do it? Do
Well-
people listen to you, Peter Pratt? Sometimes people don't listen to you because they don't know what you did. I want to let the world know what you have done.
Yes, well, Katuro Orji was one of the girls.
Bertram Wright is listening.
Okay.
Is Bertram, is he in Exuma? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know where
I'm not
Bertram is.
particularly familiar with the name, but go ahead.
Yes, Katuro Orji is one of the latest persons who I had
Oh,
great
she is-
dealings
she
with.
is one- she's very good.
And Jasmine Moore. Jasmine
Okay.
Moore.
I'm not familiar with her, but I
Jasmine
know
Moore,
Katura.
Jasmine Moore, I think she's transferred from Georgia now to the University of Florida.
Uh-huh.
And she was the youngest girl that made the USA team in the triple jump this year.
Okay,
And
good.
she's been here in the Bahamas to me at
Uh-huh.
several times to
Okay.
train and normally I have people from outside come and train. They may come and spend a weekend or 2 or 3 days with me. Even coaches come in town for 2 to 3 days, and we have sessions and we work out some difficulties or some kinks with their jumpers. And I've been assisting more so coaches and trying to bring them along because they have recognized that when it comes to developing jumpers, I developed many junior jumpers which they pay attention to, and they recognize that the Bahamas has many junior jumpers that came through the program that I may have started the jumpers off with, and they come to me and they call me up, they send me emails and videos to critique, and that's what I do.
Well, what I want to do, Peter, now is we're going to take a short break. And with our short break, we're going to be talking about birthdays of people I know, birthdays of athletes. And I'm sure you're going to, I guess everybody is going to enjoy that. Birthdays of track and field athletes, birthdays of people that I know, clients, family, and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to dwell a little bit on deaths. A number of people have died in the last couple of days, and it's really something else. So we go to a break. We will do that, and we will come back. But you could stay on, because some of the things that we talk about would be very interesting.
Okay.
I am Bernard F. Hanna. All of you should know me as this thing. I've got the very first copy from Vancouver to Athens. I'm so excited because to be the one to have the first copy, I know what it was for Hawk for over the years, his dedication and his excitement, his commitment to bring this bestseller book to us. And I'm excited to have in my possession not only one copy, but 2 copies from Vancouver to Athens. 50 years of Bahamian International Track and the Field competition. This is great stuff. So I'm urging all of you to get your own copy. You could get it from Logos in the Harbor Bay, or Nassau Stationers on Rosetta Street, or Chapter 1 at COB, or at Coral News and Gifts in the domestic section of the Linden Pinland Airport. Let me tell you, man, you will never regret it. This kind of information that you get in this book is really invaluable. It's just terrific stuff. Good sports history, true and factual, So I urge you, just go and get it and keep a copy and even give your friends a copy. And more than one reason I am more excited about having this book. Look at page 200. And you will see me there in live and living color performing. Number 200, you will see Bernard F. Hanna performing, and that is my fulfillment. One of my big fulfillment of having this book.
Hello from the Shell Fuel Labs, where my team of dedicated scientists develop Shell fuels for your car.
For over 100 years, fuels innovation has been at the heart of everything we do.
Since our first ever branded petrol in 1907, we've broken records, supported Ferrari F1 to win Grand Prix, and pushed our fuels to the limit.
Now, every time you fill up your Shell, your engine will benefit from our passion for innovation, helping you to get the most out of every tankful.
With over 100 years of quality fuels innovation,
You can be sure of Shell.
Now that your age is not everything. Now that your kids call you for advice. Now that you can achieve anything you set your mind to, why stop? Nourish your strength and energy with Ensure. Ensure provides protein, antioxidants, key vitamins, and minerals to support your immune system. Now that it's your moment to enjoy your vitality, why stop? Your life, your health, your Ensure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and let's say we're talking about birthdays. One young man, here come El Garouge from Monaco, at 47 years of age. Well, anyhow, he is an unbelievable 1,500 meter and 5,000 runner. Then Tim Dames. Tim Dames plays. I guess he plays
Tennis.
Tennis, yeah. And there's a hookup with you. We'll talk about that later. And then Jennifer Marshall Mackey. Louise Barry from St. George's, her birthday. Terry Dennis Davies. Alain Pierre, he is the head of the Olympic Committee from Haiti. And he had the countdown with Mike Sands to be the NACAC president. Cynthia Edgecombe, my good friend, Kristen Olsen, triple jumper from Sweden. As a matter of fact, he and Levan are very good. Levan went outside of here. He came here, and then he had to try and find Levan. What do I call it? Jamika Krachalova she is from the Czech Republic. She is the first time I ever saw anybody run under 48 seconds this at the World Championships and the first World Championships. And then we're talking about, let's see, Kristen Markov. You remember him?
Christoph Markov.
Yeah, Christoph. He jumped in the World Championships in Rome, and I think he also did it in Tokyo, World Championships in Tokyo. And then Jeremy Warner from the United States. He was at the same place as Michael Johnson and Chris Clark, by the way. Baylor University. Oh, man, it feels so bad about Chris. Chris was one of the best. Started late and did very well and passed away about 2 years ago. And then we have Maitland Thompson. Maitland Thompson is my guitar player. He plays the Spanish guitar, the kind of music that Ezra was able to do for us. And then Brenda Lee Roll. And then when we talk about deaths, they are abounding. We're talking about Dr. Thomas Bastian. He always told me that he listened to me, listened to the show. Winston Verance. I don't know if you know them very well, but there are a few Verances. And he passed. Then, do you know Livingston Parks? He is from softball in Eleuthera.
Yes.
Oh, he just passed. I'll tell you something about him. He had a son who went on one of the junior teams, and I'll tell you more about that. But I know him very well, and I felt real when you see people on television. And then Keith Archer. what can we say?
Muggins.
Keith Archie Muggins. And then the Comptroller, John Rule, Comptroller of Customs. And guess what? He is from Roll Town. Skeeter Dames is from Roll Town. I guess they live close to one another. And then I'm talking about Lady Nurse King. Nurse King, one of the best. And she passed. And then we're talking about and only Melvin Van Peebles. Well, you know that.
Yes,
man.
yes.
One of a kind. So, talk about the long, the triple jumper as we go.
From Venezuela, Rojas?
From Venezuela, that's the only one?
Yes. Okay. She came from high jump.
Or she came from high jump?
Yeah, she used to be a high jumper. And they converted her to triple jump. And now she's world champ. She's the best. She world record holder.
She went that
and
so far.
Yeah, and she jumped better than 1550.
Yeah.
So
1550?
yeah, she went better.
You can't count it. It's more than that.
I said she went more than 1550.
Was the record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
whatever the record was.
Yes.
The record had been around from forever and ever.
Yes,
Amen.
Yes, that was something else. She jumped that record 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
3 or 4 times in one meet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
Well, thank you so much. Look here. Mr. Raming, thank you ever so much for doing what I know you can do. And I really appreciate what you've done. And let me tell you this. If it is 6:30, it has to be Track World with Alpheus Finlayson. And make sure that you're here next week. Thank you, and thank you again.
Thank you, Humphrey.
Thank you, Humphrey.
Yes, sir.